What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Straight Up Real Talk. I'm your boy Serge.
And I'm Cerone. Tonight's show will be one of a kind, so you do not want to miss it. So stay tuned and have some fun with us, talk with us. See you there.
Going live in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
It's showtime. Hey, how you doing?
What is going on, everybody out there? What is going on? Welcome to the live show. What's going on, Cerone?
I'm good. It's a beautiful day here. Can't complain at all. How you been?
I am good. First of all, everybody, welcome to Straight Up Real Talk. I'm your boy Serge, and right next to me it is
Cerone, the one and only.
All right, Cerone. And so we need to tell everybody like where to reach us and all of that stuff. So
yes, definitely. So don't forget, on our IG page, straight up real talk _podcast. You can reach us there on Facebook, Serge and Cerone, and then on YouTube, straight up real talk with Serge and Cerone. Thank you all for all the subscriptions that you've given to us, the likes, the follows. You guys have made us feel welcome ever since we've been here. So thank you all for all that you've done. And if you haven't, go ahead and just subscribe to us because our content is fire. Like, we are so dope. Like, come join us with the conversation and join us on Facebook and Instagram for everything that we have to say. So I really appreciate everyone.
Definitely. And Cerone, who is our special guest for?
Our special guest tonight is John Patrick. If you may have known him, from his Dope Ass Dude. His podcast. Yes, really great guy. And tonight we're talking about Black history. All the adventures that you think you may have known, but tonight we're going to introduce you to some more people. It's not only about Martin Luther King, Malcolm X. There are other people that did some really great things too. So tonight we're going to open your eyes to everything. To most of everything anyway. So again, thanks to everyone for joining in. And to our Spotify, Apple, and Google podcasts, thank you all very much for everything that you've done. So
definitely.
Serge, what's been going on with you since we last spoke?
Not much is going on. Not much is going on with me during the school year, right? Because I got a 6-year-old, and then of course I work in education. And so my days now are like filled up until the summer. In the summertime, if you ask me that, I can be like, I did this, I did that. But during the school year, that is a negative. Not much jumps off with me during the school year. What about you? What's going on?
I've just been working, trying to get this body together somehow, Plus, with regular work, military life, how it goes combined. I've just been doing what I have to do, So I'm excited though. I'm really excited.
Yeah, I hear you. I do want to take this time right now to I don't want to say give a shout out, but I want to give a rest in peace to David Jellicar from the legendary group De La Soul. He passed away recently, and so the De La Soul is like legendary, especially if you're from New York, worldwide. But if you're from New York, De La Soul is legendary. So definitely, I want to give a shout out, rest in peace to David Jellicar from De La Soul.
Appreciate it. All right, so we're gonna bring Mr. John Patrick out in a minute. So if y'all don't know, he's a fellow podcaster. So John Patrick, welcome.
What up, fellas? Thank you for having me on.
What's going on? And so before we begin, where can people find your show? When does your show come on?
Every Monday night, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time on YouTube, YouTube, Facebook. Those are the only two places, YouTube and Facebook.
All right, everyone. Catch your shows on Monday, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Yes. And if you guys check our stories on our webpage, where we're promoting them. So if you're wondering who we're promoting and whatever case maybe you're giving a shout out to,
this is the guy right here.
Yeah, this is the dude right here. And so, so definitely check him out.
Thank you guys for that.
Of course. All right, Cerone, what we got for the people?
Oh, we're going to go to the basketball court.
Ooh, that must be about Mr. Kobe Bryant.
Yeah, so go ahead and
Legend.
tell us about Mr. Kobe Bryant.
Legendary Kobe Bryant. Recently, his signed jersey sold for. I got to get my notes for this because there's a number here.
Yes, it's big.
His MVP season jersey sold for $5.8 million.
That's a lot of dough right there.
0.8 for a signed jersey from the legendary Kobe Bryant. He's getting a round of applause for that because that is just insane. That a jersey sold for 5.8 million. And so, like, whoever bought it, kudos. I mean, if I had Diddy money or Jay-Z money, I'd have bought it.
Yeah, I know for sure I wouldn't have. Yeah. I don't care if I had Oprah's money or not. What we think about that, John?
No, money. I wouldn't purchase that either because it's like, I mean, after so long, I mean, who are you gonna sell it to? I don't know.
You don't. You keep that. That's a signed jersey from like one of the, if not like one of the best basketball players ever. I'm keeping that jersey. I'm never selling that jersey. It's being
so pretty much
down.
You're gonna put it like in a bookcase, like with glass over it and frame it.
Yes, and then when I die, because if I'm buying that means I'm like rich. I'm gonna have like a museum or a library, and that's going in my museum or library that will be named after me. Yes. Yes.
For those of you out there listening, just drop us a comment and let us know if you would have bought, if you have the money to buy it, would you have bought his shirt for $5.8 million? Jersey. For $5.8 million. Go ahead and just let us know.
Okay, so what would
have some diehard fans out there like yourself?
What would you? I'm saying I'm not even like I like basketball, but I'm not a diehard fan. I just know who Kobe Bryant was, right? And so I know the value of it, and so that's why it would be like Michael Jordan or Shaq or LeBron also. Like I know their value, right? And so I would Serena Williams, like any of them, I would pay like top dollar, but any of their merchandise, especially if they sold it.
But do you think so 20 years that is still going to hold that value in about 20 years?
I think so. I think so because he died. It's not like Michael Jordan, right? Michael Jordan is still around. He just aged out. Kobe Bryant died. Okay. You know what I mean? It was like aged out. He kind of like aged out. He's still a legend, but he kind of like aged out. He didn't like die horrifically in like a crash or anything, right? So I think that's also what drove the value up of that jersey. Okay. He's no longer here, and see. Muscle God was like, see, it's an investment that will continue to grow. Thank you, Muscle God. Yes.
Appreciate you.
See?
Yeah, continue to grow.
So I got a question for both of y'all then. So how much would you pay for it? If you were rich, how much would you spend for it? Or is it just not your thing? You just wouldn't do it?
I don't know. I don't know if I would pay for it.
What are you gonna get it for free?
$1,000.
Oh, get out of here! You can't even get it.
Yeah, I'm kind of with Cerone. I mean, you have to be into Kobe to pay that kind of money.
Yeah, so I'm not $5.8 million though. This is like out of here. This is serious money. I'm
talking like you got billions. I'm talking like you got Oprah money. You got like Jay-Z, because Jay-Z now is worth like $2 billion. You got Jay-Z and Oprah. 5.8 million is like. You probably got that in your armrest of your Maybach or something.
Well, you know what? We're going to move on to the big screen. We're going to move on to Idris Elba. So tell us about what's going on with Idris Elba.
So this is interesting. So I got to get my notes for this. So apparently Idris went on the show and said that he no longer wants to be known as a black actor. Okay. He just wants to be known as an actor, not black actor, because he said that he's pigeonholing himself and he don't want the studios to, when they think of him just as a black actor. So I'm just going to give you black roles, right? So Mr. And I'm always like chopping up his name, so people help me along. John Boyega, the guy from Star Wars. He's if anybody knows him, knows he's pro black. He doesn't play games. So he kind of called out Idris and was like, you shouldn't have to not be black or say you're not black to get these studios to pay attention to you. They're the ones that need to be changed. At the end of the day, when you walk in the door, you're still black to them, right?
Okay.
And so I thought it was interesting because I honestly saw both points of view. I did. And I was just wondering what you guys thought about, what Idris said versus what John
do you
said.
think, John?
Okay, well, first, Mr. Boyega, we barely know you, so shut up. Yeah, so shut up, Mr. Boyega. We barely know you outside of Star Wars. Let's get 10 hit stellar movies, and then you can talk. But in regards to Idris, and I can see his side of it. I can see his side of it because I think a lot of times we do limit ourselves by segregating ourselves from being whatever we are. If you're an actor, you're an actor. You just so happen to be black. If Caucasian actors was walking around saying, I'm a white actor, we would somewhat be offended. So I can see his point. Just, I'm an actor. I don't want to be defined by the color of my skin. Or limited by the color of my skin. So there you go.
Yeah. I'm a little bit in between. Because Idris doesn't want to be defined, because we've seen how they continuously stereotype black actors, black females. You have to be the help. You have to be the slave. You have to be, or if you're a Hispanic or whatever, you have to be the secretary, or you have to be the maid, or something like that. So I see where he doesn't want to be cast out. But guess what? When you wake up, you're black. When you go to bed, you're black. You know what I'm saying? But for the other guy, Joe Boyega, you know what I'm saying? He needs to kind of chill out a little bit, and kind of see where he's coming from. But I can see both sides of the coin at this point in time. But Idris, I believe, has accepted who he is as an individual. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think Idris is at that point right now where he will be stereotyped or be typecast to be in only a certain role. I do wish that he had accepted the role to be James Bond, but that didn't happen. So that's another conversation for a different day. Yeah.
I'm on John Boyega's side. Sorry, I am. It's given very Raven Simone. I'm not an African American. I'm an American vibes to me. Like the reason why that a lot of people say I'm a black actor is because like they're proud that they're black and that they're still out there like a big deal making movies and they're still opening up doors, whatever the case may be, right? And so at the end of the day, like John Boyega said, it doesn't matter if you say I'm not, like, I'm just an actor. When you walk in the door, they're going to see a blickety black person walking in the door, right? Like they're not, you know what I mean? And so I don't know if it makes him better at the end of the day saying, I don't want to consider myself a black actor, then you do what you want to do, Idris. But to me, you're still blacking. Like the black is still blacking, whether you say it or not, right? So sorry, I'm on John's side.
But
John Boyega's side.
Okay, yeah, make that clear.
Make sure I clear that up. Not John, not John Patrick, John Boyega's side.
So why do we have to make that, call when we are celebrities? I don't see us as everyday people walking around. I'm an analyst by day. I'm not walking around saying I'm a black analyst.
Because I think they do that because I would do that if I became this, because I still want people to know that even though I made it, I don't want you to forget I'm still black. I still see you guys who haven't gotten where I got. I haven't forgot. I ain't trying to step over and cross over and be anything else. I'm still black. I'm still a black actor. I'm still a black tennis player, basketball player. I'm still black. I didn't forget.
But would you want someone that is saying I'm a black actor and active in their community are benefiting off of saying I'm black? You getting invited to black events because you're saying I'm black, but you're not involved in anything in the community. You're not standing for anything. And outside of you at award ceremonies, we don't see you. So
well, that's a different story. I think we had this conversation the other day. Yeah, but we had I should say John Boyega is he stands by his blackness. Like he does.
He does.
He's turned down movies because of some issues like behind the scenes with he thought was like racism. And so this is why I said like I will stand behind him because he talks the talks and walk the walk. And for somebody else, go ahead.
No, I'm sorry, but is that a generational thing? Because that's their generation. He's a younger guy, so they are more in your face.
Yeah, I agree because oftentimes take for example Viola Davis, Octavia Spencer, Denzel Washington, all those older, more seasoned actor, they look at things a little bit different. They will sit down and take in a little bit more. But the younger generation now, they're like, no, I'm not going to sit down and take that. I'm black and I'm proud to be black. Black Lives Matter and the whole thing. But before we go, let's look at what JR had to say here. Let's be real. That might not be what he wants, but that is how the industry will see him as a black actor. It's not right, but it's Miss Whitney's voice. It's Miss Whitney's voice. It's okay.
All right, JR.
yeah. And let's go to Tammy because Tammy also said something. His point is, I'm black. Why does he have to say I'm a black actor? We see you. We know you're black. You know,
that's true. He's just like black. He's pro-black. He
loves being black.
Yeah, he loves being black.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken, and I don't quote me on this, I think is he Nigerian? Like I don't think
he's actually British / I believe Nigerian. His family is from Nigeria, but
that's what I thought.
But he's British. If you listen to how he speaks and everything, so he's British.
That's what I thought. And I'm also wondering if part of that is just like cultural, like it
could be.
Like, you know what I mean? And so the way he's like, no, I'm black and I don't want to be mistaken for anything else type of thing.
Definitely.
Whereas what's his name? Idris has been in the industry, like John said, for a long time. And Idris is like, I'm not pigeonholing myself. I want to take some of Tom Cruise's roles, right? I want them to not see me as black. I want them to see me as, like I said, I see both sides, but whenever somebody is like, power to the people, I'm with them. Power to the people.
All right. So what we're going to do, we're going to go right along and we're going to go to William Tucker. So William Tucker is a son of an indentured servant from Great Britain, the first recorded African child to be born in the colonies in 1624.
And so just so I'm clear about this, so that means he was the first I'm saying African American, but the first black child to be born in the United States, correct? Okay, yes. That's interesting.
Yes.
And so I'm gonna take it. So I'll take it. Any other child who was here before then was like shipped over. They were already like born. Okay, that's interesting. Correct. And so that was in 1624. That's interesting, actually.
Yeah, 1624. So that's a good information that everyone should know. You know that we were here a long time.
I have a question. I'm not being funny, and I don't know because they have pictures of him. They had cameras in 1624. No, I don't know. Like,
hey,
like, is that like? No, I'm not being funny. They had cameras in 1624, or is that like or are those like paintings, like a sketch or something?
It could be both. You know, with our technology, they may have developed it, over the years, and now we're able to see a much more clearer picture. So it could be.
Yeah.
Don't
make this go viral. Like this idiot didn't know if they had cameras back in 1960. Listen, that is 1964. I wasn't thought about. My mama's mama wasn't thought about. I don't know if they had cameras back then. I don't know. So it is what it is. Listen,
but it's interesting to actually know that fact though. So a lot of, because if you look back, and I've heard some ignorant people say this, like go back to your country. You're black. Go back to your country. Like, you do know that.
I think everyone would be going back to their country.
Right. Exactly.
Exactly. The only people who are already here were like the Native Americans.
Exactly.
So other than that, like everybody is leaving if that's the case. So I'm like, well, we going together. Like, get the ship ready and let's go. Like, what time we leaving?
Yeah. So let's go over here now about Vermont. So it was said that Vermont was the first colony to ban slavery in 1777, and in 1973, was the first to ban slavery. What do you think
That is
about that, John?
I think that's pretty remarkable. That's yeah, if it's true, I think it's remarkable. I'm not gonna say if it's true. I know I mean, you guys saying it, so it's true, but I
So we
think
do
that's pretty
research.
cool that they pioneered that
Hmm
I
change.
I do think though, like I remember this because I mean, I'm just remembering this, just people talking about stuff. Slavery was banned, but they still couldn't do sugar honey iced tea. Like they like black people still couldn't do anything. Like they still didn't have any rights. You
hmm
just weren't slaves, and so you were still treated like jacked up, right? And so
Yeah,
although you weren't slaves, you still couldn't do anything. And so I mean,
exactly.
big up to them for like banning it, but
Yeah,
and it didn't carry.
because even though that there was a ban in Vermont, so keep in mind that other states where
Yeah,
it was still enacted. So if
yeah,
you leave Vermont, you could no could be
yeah,
you'd be could
yeah.
get caught and go so right back into slavery unless you have
Not
your
to
freedom papers.
not to mention Vermont was like that. Vermont state is like that big. Like literally,
Hmm
Vermont is that big, right? So woo, they the first people. They the first state to ban. So
Yes,
woo, like come on.
yes. But now
But I
you
mean,
know.
whatever. Listen, whatever.
Yeah, but at least now out there that
Yeah,
Vermont was
whatever.
the first.
That's
Yeah,
getting a whatever. That's getting a small clap from me.
a little
Yeah,
little finger
yeah,
thing.
yeah, yeah. That's
All
getting
right,
my
so
little 6-year-old clap. But go ahead.
so we're going to go to the stage. We are going to go to Stevie Wonder. What did Stevie do?
Mr.
Come on,
Stevie.
not the head, not the
I
head.
know. I guess I shouldn't do that because that's like
Wow.
that is definitely not political. That is bad because
hmm
back in the day we used to like. Oh God, that's bad. I'm not even gonna say it. Never mind, because that's just so bad. But as a kid, no, as a kid, tell me you didn't do this when you used to sing Stevie Wonder songs. You was like very superstitious. It's like you just automatically did like the head thing, right? You did.
Mm-mm-mm.
So, but that's like so
Yeah,
bad. Kids do not do that.
no,
That's
don't do
not. It's
that
not
at
right. It's
all.
not right. It's not right. Nor is it okay. And my Whitney Houston voice. But no.
Yeah.
So in 1973, Stevie
hmm
Wonder was the first Black artist to win a Grammy for Album of the Year for his album Inner Visions. We were just talking about this actually last week, how
hmm
a lot of Black artists don't get Album of the Year. And so it was
Mm.
interesting that Mr. Stevie Wonder was the first Black artist to win Album of the Year in 1973. So up until 1973, no other Black artist had won a Grammy for Album of the Year.
John, let me ask you this. What do you think is excluding black artists from winning this category?
I think it's interesting. I've had a conversation about that, and just let's take Beyonce. She's never won the award. And let's think about when Adele won. I think streaming and downloads have, impacted that because when you look at Beyonce CD, I think it was that Lemonade CD, or it could have been this last one.
hmm
First week sales were like 300,000 sales. But when you look at an Adele sells millions her first week.
Mm.
So it's all about the fan loyalty base, I think a little bit too. Whereas a lot of Beyonce fans are streaming her CDs and her singles and so forth. Maybe Adele's people are buying it. I think both of
hmm
they're excellent artists. They bring a lot to the table, but at the end of the day, sales play a huge part in that. It's not about
Okay.
popularity. It's not about streams. It's about themselves at the end of the day.
Hmm. Okay. 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 Okay.
But I thought what you're saying, I mean, I understand what you're saying. However, I always thought that's what the Billboard Awards was. I thought like Billboard Awards recognize like the sales and that. I always thought Grammys were a little bit different. Like they just recognize like the quality of the work and that type of stuff. I didn't think that the Grammys looked at like sales and streams and I'm saying I didn't think so. I probably wrong. I just didn't think that.
And I mean, I don't think there's anything where they say that they look at that in writing, but I do believe that
Yeah.
it's a factor in it because,
hmm
Mhm.
people think if you're willing to buy it, it must
Yeah.
be good. So those numbers are driving it. And I
Yeah.
think there are a lot of Beyonce fans and she deserves it. I think she
Yeah.
deserves album of the year. She puts out great work. But when you're
Yeah.
looking at sales, if you only selling 500,000, let's say for
Yeah.
instance, your first week, and you got someone over here
Yeah.
like Taylor Swift, she sells millions of
Yeah.
CDs her first week of
Yeah.
being out. But if
Yeah.
her fans, Beyonce fans, are choosing to go on YouTube or Apple Music to listen to it and not purchasing it, I believe that is hurting that as well. I don't think it
Mm.
has anything to do with
Yeah.
color. Well, that may have a little bit to do with it, color of skin, but Beyonce is Beyonce. I think she's
Yeah.
beyond the color of her skin when it comes to
Yeah.
that type of stuff.
Okay.
You know something that I didn't know really quickly, and I didn't know, and like somebody can like let me know if I'm wrong. I didn't realize that Rihanna actually sold more albums and singles than Beyonce does.
Mm.
Like I'd never thought that. I would always think the way Beyonce fans and like go up for her and how she's like, and I'm not being funny, like the queen of like, they say like it's Beyonce's internet. Like she's like the queen of everything. Like I literally thought that she would outsell Rihanna, but she
Mm.
doesn't. And so I
Guess
just
not.
thought that was interesting.
Yeah,
It is. It is.
streaming and downloading has changed that like
Yeah.
tremendously, and people don't get that. Like I
Yeah.
think when Beyonce bought that what was it, Break My Soul CD, it almost broke the internet because when it
Yeah.
released, it was so many people streaming it.
Yeah.
But out of all of those million people that streamed it when the single was released to purchase, how many of those people went back and purchased it?
Not a lot.
Not a lot.
Yeah.
Okay. But I want to bring up a point here. We had a good conversation about this the other day, and take a look at this that you're seeing on your screen right now. That is one of the tickets for Beyonce's concert. And yes, your eyes are not deceiving you. It is $3,601 for that. John, who makes these prices?
The promoter, the company makes it, not Beyonce. She
So you're
doesn't make
telling
it.
me Beyonce, as we know, is not your regular artist. She's not a Jennifer Lopez or a Jasmine
That's
Sullivan
that,
or
that's not right. That's
a
not right.
Lettucey. She is up there with Michael Jackson, Missy Elliott, Jay-Z. And you're telling me that she doesn't have any say so in what the prices should be for her platinum ticket that you're going to literally write me under her for $3,000?
You
And I've seen
know,
some for $4,000 too.
they are trying to pay Beyonce. That's a part of it too. People don't get that. So when you look at a Beyonce concert,
Mm-hmm.
so Beyonce, this normally how concerts go. So artists have an amount that they get paid.
Mm-hmm.
They have an amount that they get paid. Then you have the cost of the arena. You have the
Okay.
cost of the workers that's building the stage. You have the
Mm-hmm.
cost of the price of building the stage. So all of that is calculated in with her fee. So she's getting paid just like the workers are getting paid. So she's not going in and saying, "Oh, I want to put on a concert and I'm going to take the cost of this concert. I'm going to take the cost of this concert on in my pocket." She's
Mm-hmm.
not doing that. Someone's approaching her saying, "Hey, we can do a world tour for you and we can guarantee you $3 billion if you do it." So from there, they have to calculate how much is it going to cost us to pay her $3 billion to do this concert. And that's
Mm.
where the ticket prices come from because they're trying to recoup. Everybody's trying to make money.
But then again, at the price of her fans for these boys and girls who can't even afford their rent or mortgage or corno, then they have to go find $800, $1,000 just to see her for 2 hours. I think
But
that's a little bit. Well, I guess
and
that's where the artist comes into play now. So look, I got loyal fans. Like not everybody can afford a $1,000 ticket, $800 ticket. You know what I'm saying?
and if you're well established, published, I mean promoting company, you're probably going to say, "Well, Beyonce, you can take a pay cut
Mm-hmm.
and we can you can take a pay cut and we can reduce the cost of the tickets."
Mm. Okay.
So she has a
Okay.
choice if she's going to them saying, "Hey, that's too much money to pay for my fans to pay." But do you think she's saying that?
No,
No,
no, because she wants all that money.
she wants all the money.
All that money, all that money. Before we go, I see that we have a comment about Album of the Year. Album of the Year is awarded for a whole album, and the award is presented to the artist, featured artist, songwriter, producer, recording, engineering, and mastering engineer. Okay, good.
All right, Bryson 66, you better lay that out for us.
I
He
know,
laid
right?
the
That's
whole
facts.
thing.
I'm facts.
He laid the
Definitely.
whole thing out.
Literally. Literally. All right. So we're going to move from the
All right,
stage
so wait, hold on,
to where? Where are we going to go to?
hold on. So we just ended it on that note with Beyonce. We let off the
Yeah.
hook that easy. Okay, I'm just checking.
Yeah. We ain't got time for her.
I didn't have nothing to say about it. I was just
We ain't got time for
So,
her.
sir, do you
Oh.
think she should like decrease the prices of the ticket?
I don't think she has to. Like you have, I'm not being funny. She doesn't have to. Like you have people who are not paying their rent, like selling blood, like putting their children on the black market. Like so, like is she still filling arenas, not having to do that? So if people are buying it, God bless her.
Mhm. Okay.
Like I don't have a problem with it. Like listen, like people are buying it, right? So if people are buying it, what can you say?
Mm.
I just find it funny that people were complaining about buying eggs last week, but they got their Beyonce ticket. Saying like, oh, the price of
Beyonce-
eggs, oh, the eggs. And now they're like, I got my ticket. I'm like, did you sell some eggs to get the Beyonce tickets out? But anyway, whatever. Moving right along.
Okay, so we're going to go from the stage and we are going to go to the courtroom. Oh, that's something else right there.
I'm just saying.
Okay, so
But
we're going to
no
go
mind.
to John Mercer Langston, who was the first black man to become a lawyer when he passed the bar in Ohio in 1854, when he was elected to the post of town clerk of Bronhelm in Ohio in 1865. He then became the first African American ever elected to public office in America. He was also the great uncle of Langston Hughes, famed poet in the Harlem Renaissance.
Yeah, so I thought that was very interesting that
Yes.
the first black lawyer from Ohio in 1854 was
Mhm.
Langston Hughes' uncle. So I thought that was like it was like
Yes.
crazy, like the degrees of like, yeah, I just thought that was interesting. That's
Yeah.
something that probably most people didn't even know,
Yeah.
Yeah,
right?
What do you think
so-
about that, John?
I think that's pretty good. I mean, I didn't
Yeah.
know that, so you guys have taught me something tonight for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, because definitely it's more than just Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Maya Angelou from the poems and everyone that we know. That there are other people that have made
Why you say it like
great
that?
things.
Maya
Oh, it's
Angelou
true.
and her poems. Like you just kind of
First of
like,
all,
why you
first
say
of
it like
all,
that?
I love Maya Angelou. She's,
I know.
or if not, let me give her Dr. Maya Angelou.
Doctor, listen, she already. Did you see that Oprah Winfrey when she was on Oprah Winfrey show and that girl stood up and called her Maya?
Oh,
She
oh
was
no,
like,
it's Miss.
and she like lit into her. She like lit into her. She didn't play any games. She didn't
I'm
play
not.
any
First
games.
of
But
all, you
anyway,
won't call me
but yeah.
Maya by my
Like, for
first
real, for
name
real.
because I could be your great grandmother. I could be your grandmother. I'm like,
she lit into her.
she
On
gave it to
national
her.
TV on the Oprah Winfrey show.
She sure did.
She like went in.
She sure
No,
did.
but no, that was an interesting stat. That was
Mhm.
cool. This is something that you guys probably do know.
Mhm.
This is George Washington Carver, not George
Yes.
Washington, the first president. George Washington. I wonder if he put Carver on his last name because his name was George Washington. I want to look that up, and he didn't want to confuse people. I
That'd
wonder
be
if he looked that
interesting.
up. Yeah, it would be. But he developed like 300 products from peanuts.
Mm.
And so among them are like mostly everything you eat today: cheese, milk, coffee, flour, ink, dyes, plastics, like soap, like cosmetics, like everything that like you use on a daily basis, like came from this guy developing this stuff like through peanuts, which I
Wow.
think is just like insane to me. But you know, they like to say that, you know, we don't do nothing and we didn't come up with anything. But another interesting fact, just to piggyback on that, is a lot of things that are like out now that like have patents. A lot of those were bought the patents were bought from African Americans because the African Americans didn't have a lot of money. So they had this great idea. And what they would do is they would sell the idea to, white people, Caucasian people, and then
they stole it too.
Yes, or they stole it, and then they would go on and patent it and say it was that, and it would say it was their idea. Mm-hmm. So I'm pretty sure there are like hundreds and thousands of other things that was like black people ideas that were like stolen or we had to sell just to make do. So I just found that like interesting, sad and interesting at the same time.
Yeah. So the next time you eat a peanut, think about George Washington Carver.
Yeah, very much.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What do you think about that, John? Do you think that was interesting?
I think that was interesting. I think about the peanuts, as you said. I think about the peanuts. The next time I'm in there washing my face, I think about the peanuts.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. Okay, so how about being a billionaire? Not a mill, but a billionaire.
I don't know anything about it, but
one day I would love to know what it feels to be a billionaire. But we're gonna go to the first black billionaire.
John, before you say anything, who do you think the first black billionaire is? Do you know?
No, I don't know.
You don't know?
No.
Do you
You've
think
watched
it was
this station this is one of the most prolific stations that we know.
Johnson.
That guy right there, the first black billionaire.
Robert Johnson.
Yes.
And he became a billionaire when he sold BET.
Black Entertainment Television.
In 2001. Yeah, 2001 he sold BET. I don't remember how much he sold it for, but if he became a billionaire from selling it, it had to be a couple of billion he sold it for.
Wow.
And so if I'm not mistaken right now, Kanye West was the richest black person. I think now it is him. I think he is now currently the richest black person.
Even more than Oprah?
Yep. Because remember, he became a billionaire in 2001 before her. And so his investments, and he's been stacking his money up since.
Okay.
She came after him, and she made most of her money from her talk show. She actually, this is something interesting a lot of people don't know. She made more money from her talk show on another network versus what she makes on her own network. Right. She made more money with her talk show.
That's interesting.
Yeah. She owns her own network, but she doesn't make nowhere near as much money as she did when she was on someone else's network with her talk show. Yeah.
So how does it? Would you want to be a billionaire, John?
Absolutely. Yeah. Okay. Absolutely.
Can I just be a millionaire first? Like I can live off. I don't need a billion. You can give me like.
Or are you just going to start from like a thousandaire to 100,000?
I don't know about no thousandaire.
Thousandaire to 100,000daire.
I'm past that. I'm past the thousandaire.
Oh, side note, they actually revealed the name of the person who won the $2 billion in California the other day.
Oh, really? I didn't even know
according to the law there, you have the name has to be released. And other than I was watching the news, they actually did release the name, but the person didn't show up. Obviously, I wouldn't show up either, but they did release it. Just thought I should know.
That's interesting. I actually have a population stat for you guys.
Ooh,
so the black population in the United States in 1870 was 4.8 million black folks, right? So in 1870, there were 4.8 million black people, right? In 2020, the U.S. Census found that that increased to 46.9 million black people in the United States. So from 1870 to 2020, we grew like 40 million black folks. And most of us was born in the 80s, because there was so much teen pregnancy in the 80s that half of that probably came from the 80s.
A lot of loving going on.
Yeah, in the 80s. Everybody was popping out babies in the 80s. That's what I'm saying. So we literally grew that much. I mean, that's a long stretch, but like to grow like 40 million black people. Wow. Additional black people.
John, let me ask you this. Do you think, with that stat, do you think that at any given time that black people will be, or is still considered to be in the minority, even though we have so many people?
Can I say this stat real quick before you? Because I actually have the answer to that. Sorry.
Okay.
Like I have a fact. No, I have a fact answer to that. They
Okay.
said by 2050,
Uh-huh.
by 2050, white people, I hate saying white people, but Caucasian people will be the minority in 2050.
2050.
2050, they will be the minority. There will be more mixed and brown people, Asian, Latino, than white people by 2050. And I read that, and from what I understand is the reason why they're like so afraid at this point, because now they're going to be the minority, and so this is why they're like doing all this crazy stuff, because like they're like in panic because they don't now want to be the minority.
So John, so you think that we're the minority now, even though we right now as well 2023, do you think we're somehow in the minority, even though we have so many other people, a lot of black love have been going on?
I don't know, to be honest. I don't know. They say we are. But I think it's where you are, where you live. That's all you see all day long. So you wouldn't know that you're the minority, because that rules that area. So, I mean, I guess according to statistics, we are the minority still. So,
okay.
But you know what's interesting about that? And this is the truth. I'm just going to say it.
Say it.
We black people, we're going to be the minority for a while, because the other minority people never or don't necessarily side with us brown folks, black people. They don't. No, they don't. Let's be honest, they don't, right? And so we're gonna always be the minority, because the other folks, the other minorities are siding with white people. They are. That's why they vote Republican. They just do. It's just facts. A lot of Latinos vote Republican. A lot of Asian community, they vote Republican. They don't want to be minority, right? And so they align themselves, over there. And so that's facts. That's facts. The stats. If you look at the voting pattern, that's facts. And so
that's why it's so important. We create our own tables. We build our own tables, and we invite people to the table, opposed to being invited to the table.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah, which is why I keep saying, stop worrying about the Grammys, stop worrying about the Oscars, go to the BET Awards,
go to the NAACP
Awards. Now, I'm not telling you to go to the Source Awards, because I don't know if you're going to make it out of there. Go to the BET Awards and go to the NAACP.
Wait a second, do they even still have the Source Award? Oh, actually, it's been replaced by the one that Steve Harvey does.
TV One?
Which one?
Did you say TV One?
No, not TV One.
Listen, I'm not laughing at TV One.
It's the one that Steve Harvey hosts. Every year we have the best soul food, the best competition. I can't remember the name right now, but it will come back to my head. And it's been I don't know if you're gonna make it out there alive though, but it's a pretty
TV One. I was not laughing at you, TV One. If you want to work out a deal, I'm all for it. I was not laughing at you.
I know, right? But we weren't laughing.
Yeah, I wasn't laughing at Fox Soul, TV One. What's the other one? There's another one, like under, like what is it? There's another one.
Which one?
I guess I shouldn't say under. Like I shouldn't say that. There's another one. There's one. Forget it. Never mind. Go ahead. Move on. Move on, because we ain't getting no deal if I keep talking.
So, let's talk about one of my favorite poets of all time.
Wait, Kasim Williams said what? It's called a Hoodie Awards. The Hoodie Awards.
There you go. There you go. That's the one I was talking about. That's the one, the Hoodie Award.
Hold on. You think I'm gonna legit go to the Hoodie Awards over the Source Awards? Hoodie. No, I'm not doing that. I don't even sound right. I'm not doing that. I'm gonna take my chances at the Source Awards. That's what. But anyway, moving right along.
Let's go to one of my favorite poets, Dr. Maya Angelou.
Maya.
So according to Maya was we all know she's an acclaimed poet writer, and had a noteworthy distinction. In 1944, she became the first black female on a cable car conductor in San Francisco.
That's crazy.
Yes, that's a really good thing.
No one ever mentions that. Like I've never heard that before. That's crazy.
Have you heard about that, John?
No.
I I had never heard of that. You know, another thing that I didn't know about Dr. Maya Angelou. I didn't realize, I never knew that her and Martin Luther King were really good friends. That's one.
Mm-hmm.
I also didn't. Tubi, oh hell no! I know Tubi. Those, not Tubi. Not Tubi. Not Tubi TV. Nah, I know. Tubi.
What you said about Maya?
I will take a deal with Tubi too. Tubi.
Yes.
No, Maya. I didn't realize that her and Martin Luther King Jr. were really good friends.
Mm-hmm.
But in addition, I didn't realize that he was killed on her birthday. That's the other thing. But more importantly, after that, she never celebrated her birthday again after that. And for 30 years until Coretta Scott King died, she sent her flowers every year. She sent Coretta flowers on her own birthday every year up until she died, and she never celebrated her birthday again. That's crazy.
Wow.
That's interesting.
I know. That's like sad. It's just like crazy to me that one of your good friends, one of your good friends like that, and someone who's that important dies on your birthday. Not dies, murdered on your birthday, and then you have to go on and kind of like celebrate it. I can see how, I don't want to do that either. But that's something I never knew. It's just like interesting fact I never knew.
Okay, so we're going to take a little bit of a detour here. We'll take a little bit of a detour here.
Where are we going? Are we going to Tubi TV? Where are we going?
No. So this is for my co-host and our special guest here, along with you all that are watching us. So this is a would you rather situation.
Oh, where is this going? This must be new because I ain't never heard of this.
Yes, this is a new one that we just thought about to be really good to have everyone involved. So I'm going to have two. Would you rather have the ability to see 10 minutes into the future or 150 years into the future?
Say that again.
Would you rather have the ability to see 10 minutes into the future?
10 minutes into the future.
Yes, or 150 years into the future.
So you get 10 minutes or 150 years?
Yes, which would you rather, 10 minutes or 150 years?
Okay, but see, and this may be me overthinking, but if I can see 150 years in the future, wouldn't I be able to see that 10 minutes? or you're saying it's skipping?
No.
Skipping over the 10.
You only see 10 minutes and then it's over. Back to reality.
Okay, but this is what I'm saying. But if we're saying, I've turned this into something else, right?
Yes.
If you're saying we can see 150 years into the future, you're saying it's like we're jumping over everything that's going into 150. We don't see everything up until that 150. Is that right?
No, you only see 10 minutes. After that 10 minutes, then lights off.
Okay. All right. I'm turning into something else. All right.
Yeah.
John.
Listen, go ahead, John.
I would rather see 10 minutes into the future.
Okay.
Opposed to 150 years in the future, because in 150 years, I'm not going to be here.
Okay.
So, you wouldn't see yourself here. So I'd rather see 10 minutes opposed to 150.
Now, answer the question now, Serge.
I don't know. 10 minutes is a waste. Like, what about like 10 minutes from now, I'm going to be in the bed. I don't want to see myself laying in the bed, like, or eating like some chips. So
pretty much you want to see 150 years from now.
Yes, I want to see 150 years. I know I'm not going to be around, so I want to see like how they living. Hell, is anybody else still around? Did they destroy the earth? Like, is it like the Jetsons? Are we flying? Like, I want to see. No, I want to see that stuff, right? I don't want to see 10 minutes. 10 minutes. I'm laying in the bed. Like, that's no fun. Like, I'm not interested in that. No.
All right, hold on.
150 years.
Let's go to the comments. We have some people that are saying. We have Kasim that says that he wants to see 10 minutes. And we have Braxton 6 they want to see 10 minutes of the future.
10 minutes.
The muscle god said, I already know what I'm doing 10 minutes.
Show me
the future.
10 minutes. You're gonna be in the damn bed. You're just like, oh, that's what I'm doing. Like, come on, like, no.
No.
Next,
all right, let's do one more.
All right.
Okay, let's say would you rather have 10 years? Oh, this is interesting. Would you rather have 10 years with your partner or a one-night stand with your celebrity crush?
I literally almost spit my water on the computer.
All right. And I'm going to go ahead and repeat it one more time. Would you rather have 10 years with your partner or a one-night stand with your celebrity crush? So 10 years with your partner or a one-night stand with your celebrity crush? John, talk to me.
10 years.
You want to have 10 years with the partner?
Yep. The
Okay.
one night stand may not be worth it.
Ooh, you have a point. You have a point. If anyone out there in the comments wanted us, should us drop us a note and tell us what you would do: 10 years with your partner or a one-night stand with your celebrity crush. And you know I'm coming to you next. Serge.
Hmm?
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 Get somebody else to do it. Okay, so who's the celebrity crush though?
I don't know. This is subjective. This is
Okay.
an individual basis thing. Like, I don't know
Okay.
who your celebrity crush is.
So give me the question again.
Would you rather have 10 years with your partner
10 years.
or a one-night stand with your celebrity crush?
Yeah, I'm with John on that. Like, what if that one night stand is like crappy and then you like lost 10 years with your partner, right? For like
Just for that one night.
yeah, like, and you know, like, I'm not being funny. I'm not being funny. Never mind. Go on to the next thing because I'm gonna get in trouble. Never mind.
So we have JR that says that he would prefer to do 10 years with his partner. And we have Kasim that says also
10 years.
10 years.
Yeah.
So
Okay, I'm just gonna say it. Because you know how like people say like Halle Berry, she's so beautiful, but they was like she's bad in bed, right? That's what they say, right? That's why they say like it's hard for them. Right? And so everybody's like, oh, Halle Berry's so pretty, and then like you get her, and then it's like, oh, it's like okay, okay sex, you know what I mean? And so then you like lost out on 10 years with somebody who's potentially giving you good sex.
potentially
Giving you good sex, or at least the 10 years in there, you can figure out how a way to make it good. After 10 years, you're gonna figure something out. You may end up bringing your celebrity crush in there anyway. But that's turning the show into something else. So let me just
yeah. Well, let's go to the comment. Tammy said, are we talking 10 good years? If it's 10 crappy years, I'll take the one.
10 crappy years.
And Brandon 66 said one night stand with, I can't pronounce her name.
Yahya Abdul
Mateen.
Mate. I don't know who that is, but
I
with
hope
the
it's worth it.
Abdul and the Mateen, okay. Braxton 66, I'm just gonna assume that you're single, because if you're not, you probably will be at
You are now.
You are very much single at this point.
Wouldn't mind Michael B. Jordan just saying, okay, JR.
All right,
Okay.
Michael B. Jordan. All right, Michael B. Jordan's taken at the moment, but okay. If you want to fight that is perfectly fine. But no, yeah.
But well, that was a good thing just to get it going. We have one more topic to go to. We're gonna do about Seneca Village.
Yeah, we were talking about this. Remember, I brought this up like a couple of shows ago about Seneca Village. I was saying that there used to be like this like affluent Black population where Central Park is currently today, and it went from 82nd Street to 89th Street in New York. If you're in New York, you know what I'm talking about. And it was like the largest community of Black homeowners pre-Civil War. And, there were schools in there, churches, gardens, everything. And they were forced out so they can build Central Park, which is just like so like.
So pretty much in Central Park, that's where Seneca Village was.
Yeah.
Wow.
They destroyed all of that to put Central Park there. But remember, we were having this conversation a couple of weeks ago, and I said Lake Lanier in Georgia. That was like Black land. Black people lived there. It was like thriving, and they bulldozed it down and they put that man-made lake there, which is haunted, and that's why people there keep dying. But
wow,
yeah,
interesting.
If you do research, it's like a fact. If you like look up that was like a thing that they do. They would take Black neighborhoods that were well-to-do, and they would destroy them and build over it. Yeah, it's all around the country.
Okay, so Kasim said it was on the upper west side.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
And so, but if you do research, you will see that they've destroyed a lot of Black-owned land and properties, and they've put parks and man-made lakes and stuff there in place of it.
Okay.
Like, so shady, but yeah. But they don't want to give us. They don't want to give us anything.
Wow. That is something that. Yeah.
Just shady.
It is. It is.
But
it really is.
I think, Cerone, you have a Black business to promote.
Yes, definitely. So we're going to talk about the muscle god himself,
who's in the chat.
Yes, he's in the chat. So this right here is Mr. Fidel Taylor. He's a fitness entrepreneur, a fat loss coach, and licensed and vocational nurse.
Oh, he's a nurse.
Vocational nurse, right here.
Nurse. Okay.
Vocational nurse, Fidel Taylor. So that's his wear right there. I actually purchased one of his shirts the other day. I can't wait to actually get it. So yes, definitely. So he's on the screen. So he's a fitness coach. So go to him. He's a business. We are in the business of promoting each other. Nice. Oftentimes we forget about each other. So we have to definitely promote each other. That's his IG page. That's right there, Muscle God Fitness, and his Facebook 4090 Fitness Academy. That's there. So go ahead, follow him on Instagram. Tell him that, hey, I saw you on Straight Up Real Talk with Serge and Cerone. And also if you're out there listening to this podcast, and if you know of a Black business or business in general that we can give a shout out to, anything that we can do to help to promote your business, go ahead and just send us an email or DM us, and we will make sure to put it on at the end of the show. Yes. Yeah. Oh, there you go. Thank you. No problem, Monster God. So this is a great guy right here. So go follow him, and just support each other. That's all we can do to support each other. We have to lift each other up. So
definitely, we do want to thank John Patrick for dropping gems on us. You can catch John Patrick on Mondays, although I think next week, if I'm not mistaken, John, is your last show for the season. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Make sure you tune in, because the show is going to be about narcissism. And so I'm tuning in for that, because I want to know if I have any narcissists around me. And so make sure you guys tune yourself. In. I'm definitely not one, but I'm going to tune in and find out if I'm a narcissist or not. But no, next week at 7 p.m. Eastern Central Standard Time is when they can catch you right there. Dope Ass Dude Podcast. Again, thank you, John Patrick, for dropping by.
Thank you.
So it's coming to the end.
Yes, sir.
We definitely want to thank
Tank.
Our listeners, everyone that participated in the conversation. You can. This episode will be on Spotify. It will be on Apple Music and Google as well. And it will be on our Facebook and YouTube page. So if you haven't subscribed to us, please go ahead and subscribe to us, follow us, like us, and also go ahead and support the Muscle God himself. Go purchase his outfits, go get his business, fitness is important. So go ahead and support each one of us, and definitely check out John Patrick as well on his podcast. We all have to help each other out. I want to thank you all for coming in and joining us.
A special shout out to my partner, Cerone. He was the EP of the night, the executive producer. He put the show together tonight. So special shout out to him. It's a dope show. So thanks, Cerone. Thanks.
Yes. All right, everyone. Thank you all for joining us, and we will see you next week, Wednesday. Peace.